0 copies sold in 2024, 0 sold in 2023. After 2 years, finally this rarest of Golden Age Mega Grails is hitting the market. In the meantime, several copies have sold of the other Mega Grails. What is this rare grail? We'll cover that story and more. I sifted through literally thousands of listings, and here are the 25 biggest, rarest, coolest, and best what's coming in the fall 2024. The Blockbusters. These 6 books can't be touched for under 6 figures. Here we have Fantastic Four number 5, the first appearance of Dr. Doom. There are 20 copies in 9.2 and only 17 higher. But let me tell you, this book looks damn good in grade. It also has pure white pages. FF5 has cooled off significantly in the last 2 years, but at 9.2 should still hit 100K. Here's Captain America Comics number 1 at a low mid grade, which should fetch between 100 and 150,000. Next, Marvel Comics number 1. This 1.0 copy has seen better days, but it's the rare October variant of what my friend Ben calls
the greatest comic book ever published.
Only about 100 copies of Marvel 1 are thought to exist, and perhaps 10 or 15 are the October copies. Look for a sale between 150 and 250K. Here we go with a Silver Age Flash. 4 are in 9.0 and only 9 higher. This is the scarcest of major Silver Age keys, about 600 on census. 150 to 200K is a likely range for this magnificent book. Y'all know what this is, Tech 27, the first Batman. My guess is this restored copy will sell for about $300,000 to $400,000. That's the price of admission for this mega key. And check out that sticker. It features prominently later in this video. Stay tuned. Here we go. An AF-15 at a 9.0 is only for the well-heeled collector. At the peak of the bubble, this might have fetched close to $1 million. It won't hit that amount, but it will cross 500K no problem. Plus, it comes from the esteemed curator pedigree. How could a Fantastic Four number 1 be ranked higher than an AF-15? It's all about the grade. You're looking at one of the top 2 graded in the world. A 9.6 white pager, this one should fetch 7 figures. Let's move on to the Modern Marvels. Some of you might be thinking, Keston, what the hell are you doing? Venom number 1? It's common as dirt. What if I said it's in high grade? Then you might be thinking 9.8? That hasn't changed my opinion. Still common as dirt in a 9.8. Well, a 9.9 is tougher, but let me tell you what's actually tough is getting a 10 a gem mint for Venom number 1. As of this date, CGC has only graded 11 copies at a 10. Here's another one that's not hard to find in a 9.8 ordinarily. This is Spider-Man number 1 from 1990, a book that was published in the millions. But this is the silver variant. But even that's not rare. But let me tell you what is rare. Typically on the interior, there's a picture of the lizard who is green. There was a printing error where the color plates got transposed. And instead of a green lizard, we see a copper lizard. To date, CGC hasn't recognized this variant, but CBCS is on top of it. There have only been a handful of books so far that have gotten that copper lizard variant. For me, I'm not too quick on jumping on the bandwagon that this is super rare, just because there hasn't been enough time of sort of discovery for this copper lizard. Nevertheless, it's still unusual and worthy of note. We do know quite a bit about this next book. It's Albedo Comics number 2. It's the first appearance of Usagi Yojimbo, and it started off with a super low print run of 2,000. And this book in a 9.8 is really tough. So far, CGC is only certified 18. For comparison, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1, the first printing, has over twice that amount in a 9.8. So it shows you how tough Albedo number 2 is to get in 9.8. Then we have Malibu Sun, and this is a promotional comic that is somewhat tough to find, but damn tough with the negative error variant, which can be seen on the back cover. So this is how the back cover typically looks, and this is what the back cover looks like with the negative error variant. Just over 130 copies on census and only 3 at a 9.8 blue label. Here's another book that's pretty easy to find, Marvel Comics Super Special number 1 featuring Kiss, or what I learned was Knights in Satan's Service back in the day. It's probably the most famous for having members of Kiss putting their own blood in the printer ink. So every copy has a little bit of Kiss DNA. I don't know if you think that's a good or a bad thing. For this video, why did it make the cut? Once again, freaky grade. In fact, it's the single highest graded copy. Oh yeah, in the description section, you can find listings to all the books that I talk about in this video. I am not getting sponsored by any of these auction houses, but I think I probably should be. Pay attention, we're now diving into my favorite segment, Rare Comics with Awesome Covers, all Golden Age. Y'all know this one, Punch 12, one of the top covers of all time and extremely difficult to get. With only 38 on the census, not a book you see every day. And there's that sticker again. from the collection of Ruben Blades. How cool is that name? Ruben Blades, or is it Ruben? Extremely talented dude. Panamanian musician and actor, and even ran for Panamanian president in 1994. And importantly, a comic collector of exquisite taste. Comic Connect is featuring hundreds of his books in its upcoming auction. Oh, I love me some Catman. The later books in the run by L.B. Cole are perfect. Did I really say that? Speaking of L.B. Cole, check out Crime Cases 49. Do yourself a favor and take a closer look at this cover. And damn, if there's not another legit rarity in the mix, it's only cover, but there's fewer than 10 on census. Like I said, Blades had some crazy books. The next few are patriotic. Take a moment to appreciate the awesomeness of Cap 37. Thank you, Alex. There's some people who are extremely stingent about the word rarity in the hobby, but even they call Marvel Mystery Comics No Number extremely rare. Bizarre, rare, and in high grade. Some folks like to collect comics where the Fuhrer is getting what he deserves. Blue Circle Comics number 3 is the most bizarre. Speed 28, tough book, and legitimately rare. I love this monster, and check out that cap. And that ray gun's kind of strange. He's like pointing it straight down, and I guess there's some gas coming out of it. The last comic in this section is a notoriously tough book, and my favorite of all time. We're talking about Suspense Comics number 3, a Gerber 9. 2 copies are going up for sale at the same time at Comic Connect and Heritage Auctions. And of course, Ruben Blades had a copy. Let's move on to my 3 favorite items up for sale. I bought Wolverine 1 off the rack as a kid, and here is the original art. As a comic book community, we can't agree on much, but everybody agrees that it's Wolverine's best costume of all time. I mean, check out the Zorro-type mask made of webbing. Well, maybe we don't all agree on that. At number 2, this is flat out nuts. You're looking at a pulp from the late 20s. It's the first appearance of Buck Rogers, and check out that grade. A 9.8. I mean, Amazing Fantasy number 15, Fantastic Four number 1, Hulk number 1, none of them has a copy in a 9.8. And then you're looking back at a pulp from the 1920s to get this kind of grade. It's just ridiculous. It shouldn't exist. And finally, this is the book that we've all been waiting for. The Grail that hasn't surfaced in 2 years. Just look at GPAnalysis for this book. A sale back in September of 2022 of a restored copy selling for $60,000, then blank at every grade for every year. It's nuts. What is it? All American Comics number 16, the first appearance of Green Lantern, which came out in July of 1940. In addition, it's signed by the artist Shelley Moldoff. All American 16 is tough to find, but is it rare enough to make my top 10 rarest grails of all time, which you can check out in this video. If you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around real soon.